Yeah, once again, it's Bounded Peace. We're talking about past life, how far the past actually goes for you as a being and a individual, as a physical being and a spiritual being, and past life regression.
No, it's your pet peeve. Um, just like how I seen a video today talking about how we come from our grandmother's womb. And if that ain't something to get give you chills, if that ain't something to spark something in you, if that isn't enough, I don't know what else to say. And basically, we were just talking about how any doubts that we have is straight up from our parents. Like how we come into this world thinking, you know what I'm saying? That we can do anything, that we can accomplish anything automatically. But it isn't until you receive those doubts from your parents that were passed down to from their parents, that were passed down from their parents. I mean, the list goes on and on. The generational shit is really deep. The programming shit is really deep, and we are here to learn, and we are here to deprogram and set the standard. Our generation set the standard. 80s, 90s babies, we set the new standard for what it comes to what we want in life, what we want in our relationships, and how we want our lives to go. Like, it's really real.
And I believe it's just a transitioning in a whole vibe and a different mindset and a different thought pattern of the masses. You can't really knock the past era or the elders too much because of the amount of programming that went into it. They went through Jim Crow and went through all types of things where it was implanted into them, and to have this mindset and to be put into this box.
We gotta forgive our non-POC, non-black people peers as well, because at the end of the day, all these harmful things were passed down not only to black people but to white people as well. And we gotta realize, we gotta have some empathy when it comes to situations how we were when we were born. We weren't born to be racist. A lot of the harmful things taught in the black community that was passed on by teaching, by verbal communication from our ancestors, same as with white people or non-POC. And and that's what we talk about unconditional love. Unconditional love is when we can open up our hearts to interracial dating, because you will see, like in the black community, so many people always having debates about interracial dating, black men not wanting black women. And it's just simply not true. There are plenty of black men that want black women. There are plenty of black women that want black men. I hate to get off topic, but really, I mean, what is off topic at the end of the day? Because I grew up in a town where it was extremely racist, and now that I'm an adult, I can have compassion for them, because at the end of the day, that's not their inner being. When you see somebody outwardly being racist, that it doesn't feel good. It doesn't make them feel good. I don't care if that's a smile on their face. Their inner being is not wanting that for them. They do not want that to be the experience that they're passing on to their counterparts that have darker skin tone. And it's just, if we can accept and we can forgive the amount of harmful things that have been passed down to us through the black community, we can do that for our counterparts. And it's not always easy. Just like, the viral video, it went viral about the man. There was a white man that, what was it called, his the black man's son, an N-word. And this black man, this beautiful, wonderful black man, took the time out of his day to explain him how harmful it was. He didn't shoot him. He didn't go crazy on him. He literally took the time out of his day to patiently and talk to this man like he was this man's father. I mean, and this man was 70, 80 years old, and this black man was around 40. This is just an estimate. He patiently and diligently explained to him why, the history behind saying the N word, instead of going off on him. And a lot of times we feel justified to like, oh well, no, he should have went off on him. Oh, I don't understand why he did that. And me and Brandon being in the place that we've been, and given our age, because we're still young adults navigating things. I had a conversation. We had a conversation about it, and it was like, I said, I don't know if I would have did all that. Like, I might have walked away, this and the third. But what did you say that you would have done? And this was like weeks ago when we had this discussion. What does it say that you felt that your response would have been?
So let me attempt to symbolize what was just said. Basically, this elder white man that worked in a store inside of a mall said a racist remark to a black child, and his father basically came and, approached him and addressed it. But the way he addressed this old man, that was probably twice his age, was like gentle parenting. He basically explained that, you never know what mindset the next person is in or what they're going through. And it would be nothing to stop him, not a police officer or a security officer, from reaching across that desk and basically, getting violent with him in that moment. But at the end of the day, he just spoke to him and looked him in his eyes and told him exactly how he felt as a heart to heart. And, it's actually crazy to me because I feel like the war has been going on so long that even that right there does nothing. Me personally, I feel like it may just go in one ear out the other. You have to fight violence with violence. Some people have to go down. Some people have to die. That's just what it is. But it's a time and place for everything. It's a time for war and it's a time for peace. And that's where the misunderstanding comes in. Doing things at the wrong place at the wrong time basically brings in certain consequences that brings that inequality of justice. And it gives the system a right to basically bring that inequality into play. That's at a certain point, that's what they're waiting for us to do. To lose our cool, to get out of character, because that's what we're defined as. And that's the reputation we have in the media. That's the information that's spread about us as colored people all over the world. We have to understand the mental warfare, the spiritual warfare, and also the physical aspect. So we know exactly how to move, when we need to go corporate, or when we can actually get down, and come from the basics and come from what we know, our warrior mentality. Because at the end of the day, our gods and goddesses with neuromelanin, we're actually warriors. We're naturally, instinctively fighters. And that's what they don't want us to tap into, our true natural abilities. And it's so deep, and the fear behind it, that's been instilled in us as a people. Allow me to break this down. It's just been literally just now brought to my attention from my wife. and an experience I just literally had maybe 1 or 2 days ago. It was some content I put up on TikTok that I took down immediately because of the same reason. The type of content I put down, multiple other black people have came to me because of the history behind exposing this type of information, you know, our black leaders, to mention a few, Marcus Garvey, you know, or, the leaders of the Black Panthers. What has happened to all of them? They've either been assassinated or they've been locked away in prison for years, you know. And so the type of content I post, literally, I would get people telling me, yo, be careful, be safe, because of the history alone. And so I would withhold certain information. I have yet to get too deep on the content that I post out of the fear of that, out of the understanding that once you get to a certain point, once you expose information to a certain level, it's dangerous, for the opposition, and it automatically makes you a target as a black man and put a target on your back. And I'm thinking about, you know, being a husband and being a father. I have a child now. It's really took me to a completely different place where I would not even speak on certain things anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or I felt like I was being smart about the content that I'll put out.
And a lot of that is scarcity mindset. Stop pushing fear onto other people. We are living in the best times that has ever been. As far, in regards to black people, you could become a millionaire tomorrow, next week, next month. Like, the possibilities are endless. The amount of knowledge that we have access to that our ancestors didn't have access to back then, we have it now. So I'm just saying, man, just networking with people, getting back to the basics, reading books, getting off social media. It's to the point where people, 'cause social media, it's a cesspool for chaos. And I just think that it's important that at the end of the day we get back to basics, just like nature is going to surpass us all. You see what I'm saying? That's already been predicted. Nature is going to surpass us all. So we get back to the basics, get back into these books. The possibilities are endless. Like, I really don't know how much more I could say. But stop putting fear, especially black people. Black people are my fellow black people. You gotta stop placing fear onto other people. You gotta stop placing negativity onto other people. I know that you thinking that you doing what's best for me, but what difference are you making that your parents did with you, as far as they thinking? Because at the end of the day, our parents thinking that they have the best intentions for us, but just because you have the best intentions for someone doesn't mean you're giving them the best interests at heart. So it's just something to think about, because it's real. Like, fear mongering is real. Putting fear on people's plans is real. Putting negativity on other people's plans is real. And we gotta watch who we talking to, and that we're with like-minded people. It's so important that we stay on track in that way.
That's facts, because, even a loved one can worry about you too much, or have the wrong mindset towards your plans or your intentions, and accidentally send the evil eye, and accidentally send negative energy towards your way. And if you're not tapped into the point where you can protect yourself, or you have guardians, or you have beings around you that can assist in protecting you, you will be influenced by that. It's nothing that's stopping that energy being sent your way.
And it's not even just about, like, Cause I see like a lot of people like sharing advice and tips, and it's not even just about like always protecting yourself and having angels around you that you need to protect you. It's really your mind. Like if you have all these beliefs and you're susceptible to, oh, I'm gonna be attacked and this and the third, then that's what's going to happen. Like we don't give ourselves, our individual source energy and our inner beings and our essence enough credit, because at the end of the day you have the power to do anything that you want to do. You have the power to stop any evil coming at you. You have the power to overcome any obstacle. It's kind of like going back to like our religion, how religion is fear based. It's all this fear about, oh, you need to protect yourself, oh, don't be doing this, you need to be doing a spell to protect yourself. Like, you know, all the witchy new era stuff is coming in, and you always having to have, you need your crystals and you need this and you need that to protect yourself. What about what it is that's going on in your mind? Because at the end of the day, it's doing nothing but wasting your time and giving you more blockages. Do you get what I mean by that? As far as having to be dependent on all these different things. A lot of our ancestors, a lot of people that protect themselves weren't dependent on crystals and this and to get them through. You have your mind. Your mind can make or break you.
Once again, flow like water, baby. That will lead into our next podcast, because I definitely have something to say about that. If you made it this far in the video, please like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell beside the subscribe button so you can get notifications next time we drop a video. I say.